Hey everybody! Today's video I'm going to be doing the beauty scenario tag, and I wasn't tagged by anybody, but I did see Lindsay Marie do this and it seemed like a different tag. I haven't done anything like this before, so I thought I would do it, so I'm just going to jump right into the questions. And if you see me looking down, it is because I have the questions right in front of me on a notepad. So the first question is, you have to get rid of all of your foundation and only keep one high-end and one drugstore. Which do you keep? And I don't wear liquid foundation, so I'm going to use a powder foundation for my high-end and a BB cream for my low-end. And the high-end foundation I would use is this Sephora Mineral Foundation Powder, and just looks like this. I need to get a new one pretty soon. I've been using this for a few years. They've reformulated it a few times, but I still do like it, and it is a mineral foundation powder like I said. So this would be my high-end. And then the drugstore one I would choose, like I said, is a BB cream, and this is by NYX. And I just recently started using this one and absolutely love it. It hasn't made me break out or anything. That was the only thing I was really concerned about. So then this would be my drugstore one that I would choose. Number 2. You go for an interview and the lady interviewing you has lipstick on her teeth. Do you approach the subject or ignore it completely? And it really would depend on the situation, I guess. If she seemed really stuck up or not in a good mood, I would definitely ignore it. But if it was somebody that I sort of knew or had heard of and she seemed really nice, I may say it in a polite way. I would never be rude about it, but that is what I would do, just kind of depending on the situation. And number 3, you're not feeling yourself and you need a pick-me-up. Which lipstick do you put on to make yourself feel beautiful? And for me, I don't think putting on a lipstick would make me feel any better, so honestly I wouldn't have a pick-me-up lipstick to go to. That seems kind of silly to me, so I don't have an answer for that. Number 4, you go back in time for a day to your teenage years. How would you do your hair and makeup differently? And I don't think I would ever change anything necessarily that I did with my hair and makeup, because it is a learning experience and you learn as you go. But I think that for my hair, I would not cut it off because when I was a freshman or a sophomore, my hair was actually down to my waist, and it was probably the same color or around the same color it is now. It was like a light blonde, and I chopped it all the way up to like a little below my shoulders, probably like collarbone level, and regretted it instantly. And I haven't really been able to get my hair long, haven't been able to get my hair long ever since. So that is what I would do differently with my hair, is just not cut it as short as I did. And for my makeup, this is kind of a hard one. I don't think I would wear as much black eyeliner. That's the only thing I can really think of. Is I used to rim my eyes with eyeliner, not super thick or anything, but that's all I wore was black eyeliner. I didn't like try brown or nudes or anything like that, so maybe that's what I would do differently for my makeup. And number 5, you ask your hairdresser for a shoulder length pixie lot haircut, but they hear wrong and give you a pixie cut. Do you A, smile, say thank you, leave, and call your mom hysterically? B, cry in the chair and things get awkward? Or C, complain to the manager and demand a refund? And I'm going to answer this in 2 different ways because I am a licensed hairstylist, so I'm going to answer from like a hairstylist perspective, and I'm also going to answer it from a client's perspective. And I guess from a hairstylist perspective, if somebody came in and asked me for a pixie lot haircut, first off I would say, what is that or who is that? Because I actually had to Google it when I first saw this question, and I kind of figured it was a person since it was capitalized, and it is a person, but like I said, I would ask what or who it was, and I would ask for a visual. Visuals are super important when going into a salon, because if you just say I want blonde highlights, I might be thinking something totally different than what somebody else is thinking. So definitely from a stylist perspective, like I said, I would ask who or what, and definitely ask for a visual. I would get on my phone and look it up and we would discuss it more, because a consultation is definitely the most important part of the whole experience when going into the salon. Now I trim my own hair or just have one of my coworkers do it, but in high school when I would just go in and get my hair done by somebody in a salon, I would definitely always bring a picture or make sure that we were on the same page. And I think sometimes when somebody just says, oh, I want so-and-so's haircut, well, so-and-so probably has had 30 haircuts in the past year. Or you know what I mean, maybe probably not that many, but something like that. So I would definitely, once again, ask for a visual or bring a visual so there was no confusion, because I did look up pixie lot, and her hair is probably mid-length, and I wouldn't say she had like a lot of short layers, but definitely nowhere near a pixie cut. So that is something that I would definitely recommend, is always bringing a visual to a salon. And that was a long answer, so I'm gonna go on to the next one. Okay, number 6. Your friend surprises you with a 4-day city break and you have 1 hour to pack. Which do-it-all palette do you pack in your makeup bag? And the eyeshadow palette I would pack is the Urban Decay Naked Basics palette, and I guess the main reason I would is because it has a few different light shades, but then it also has a nude shade which is great for blending. It has a darker brown, and it even has a black, which I think is awesome. You can make a deeper smoky eye if you didn't want like an everyday look. So this is the palette that I would bring. And I guess if we were talking about blush and bronzer palettes, I would definitely bring this one, and I think this is a Crown Brush. Yeah, it's a Crown Brush one. And you can see here it has a bunch of different pink blush shades. It has sort of a rusty bronze shade, which I have actually used as a bronzer. So this is the face palette that I would bring. And number 7, your house has been robbed. Don't worry, everyone is safe, but your beauty stash has been raided. What's the product you really hope is safe? Okay, and I would say the Urban Decay Naked 3 palette, mainly because it's my newest palette and my most expensive one besides the other Naked palettes. And I actually do think that this is possibly my favorite out of the 3. I don't want to say this is my absolute favorite because I do like all of them, but since this is newer, I've been playing with this a lot more, so I definitely would not want this baby raided. So that's the thing that I would hope would be safe. And the last question is, your friend borrows your makeup and returns in awful condition. Do you A, just pretend you haven't noticed, B, ask them to repurchase it, or C, secretly do the same thing to something of theirs? And I'm gonna say right now, cross C right off the list. I am not that kind of person. I just think that's very rude, and if you have to do that to somebody, you probably aren't good friends with that person anyway. And I guess another thing I would say is I really don't let people borrow my makeup, so that probably would never happen to me. I would never be in that situation, but if I were, I guess I would probably let them know I was upset about it. I wouldn't demand that they repurchase it, but I would hope that they would make it right somehow. I definitely wouldn't pretend that I didn't notice, because clearly if it was that awfully ruined, I'm sure they noticed as well. So I would just tell them I was upset about it, notice that it wasn't how I gave it to them, and hope that they would fix it somehow. Either repurchasing it, which I never would ask, but I would hope that possibly they would. And I guess that's my answer for that one. And those were all the questions. I hope you guys liked it. I don't tag anybody specific to do this, but if you do this video, I want you to leave it as a video response so I do see it. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos. I always appreciate it. I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye, guys.